Just making sure you can see that okay. Anyway, welcome back. Not the most professional start there, but you're used to that by now. There we go. Okay, let's try again. I'm hoping I've got somewhere there. So what I'm doing, carrying on this Ipswich carving. Hopefully you can all see that. So let's find some chisels and we'll get doing a bit more work. So yeah, I disappeared for a bit. I've been working on a Connor carving earlier, and I went and did some shopping with the wife. She's gone around to see my sister. My sister's moved house. I want to drop her a card a minute off. I didn't go because I'd just be stood there like a bit of a plum. So I thought I'd get carrying on with this carving. It's as you can see, Ipswich town. It's actually for the father-in-law. So I'm going to try and rough out this horse, get this horse roughed out. I'd like to get some more of the lettering in and cleaned up a little. There's a bit of detail on the horse I've not put in, so there's a bit of a tail that comes around here. Yeah, you've got the mouth here. Got the eye. I'm not going to carve the eye just yet though, because I want to make sure I've got it in the right place, basically. So yeah, I'm just carving around, moving some material. Need to put my safety specs on if I knew where they were. So I didn't plan on going live. I'm actually burning a little bit of. We're moving house and we've got loads of bits of timber. We've got a burning barrel at the bottom of the garden, so I'm burning some little bits. And I thought, wow, while I'm here, I'll do a bit more carving. All helps us on that goal to get to 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully we'll get a few people. Good morning. What time is it here? It is 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the evening, 5 p.m. What about you? John C. Yeah, John C's got bang on the right time. Quite delicate around this horse here. Stonemason, noon. Yeah, so we're just carving out this Ipswich badge. Looks pretty basic at the minute, but we'll get there. It's one of them things which people always benefit from being able to come back to the channel and see it finished. You've seen it quite early. So I've shaped out this piece of Derbyshire stone, give it a nice bit of shape, and then just gone around these lines, put this detail on the outside. But I'm going to make these all a little bit wider actually there, around there. Getting this horse out, we've got the waves in, we've got the basic shape of it all there. Got a little bit more lettering. Just did a little bit of lettering beginning of last week on there on the live, just to show it coming through. But I really want to get this horse roughed out. the horse will make or break it as a piece. It's got to be. I want to keep it smooth on top, but also that's the piece what's really going to bring it together. Hopefully the horse works well. I'm carving into something from the land itself. A nice piece of Derbyshire stone where I'm from as well. So it's local to me. Got some Italian tungsten chisels and a nylon hammer. Quite a bit of fine detail, and there is a bit of detail in this one. So yeah, that's why it's always hard knowing whether to go live on something like this right from the beginning. So what you've seen me carve this one on a couple of lives now, and I mean right from the beginning. I think that's just moved slightly. That I could do with something just clamping that a bit better. There was even a little short of me roughing out this piece of stone, so you've seen it all the way through this. So what's everybody doing with their Sunday afternoon? Watching the football? Did we watch the Formula One? We've been stone carving. We've been doing anything good. I know in the UK, I don't know about all of the UK, but definitely where I live, it's been a grey day. Been a pretty grey day. Mother-in-law's birthday lunch. Ooh, nice. Did you go out like a pub lunch, or 2 in 1 day? I know, Ryan. My wife. I've just been to Sainsbury's with the wife, and she's gone to see my sister. My sister's moving into a new house, and they're decorating at the minute. And I didn't really fancy that much. I'm burning some bits. We're moving house. With a lovely new double garage workshop, which I can't wait to show you all. And I was burning some bits of some old cupboards and stuff in the burning barrel, and I thought, well, I'm going to do a little bit on the Ipswich while I'm down here having a coffee, only for an hour. And I thought, well, we'll click live, eh? I noticed your I was reading a comment. I noticed the A you've been carving, right, looks really nice, and you've rescued that at the bottom. The chip wasn't too bad. I just make it slightly wider, and I think it'll. I think you'll get away with that there. I think if you just made that serif just slightly wider, I don't think anyone would know. And also, you've got to remember, I don't know how you mark your lettering on, but if you're doing it with a template, you're doing it on the inside of the line anyway, so you can always afford to just go a little bit more. But no, I think it looks good. Homemade meatloaf and sides. Nice. Carrot cake. Nice. I'm on a winner here. Lazy day otherwise. So homemade food and a lazy Sunday. That sounds like a nice Sunday. Gonna admit I'm not very good at being lazy and sitting around. It doesn't come natural to me. I'm always like, right, we need to do this, we need to do that. That is lasting well, if that's just carbon. That's really well. Don't use the carbon much. I should, but I never have really. It doesn't work too well on the stone. It works on the Maltese, but obviously works on the slate. The Norfolk boys. Someone's put there. Boo and oh, you're Norwich. Sorry. Well, yeah. Sorry about that. It's not my team. It's not for me. How are Norwich doing? I don't dislike Norwich. Quite like Norwich. Are you still carving now? So I wish I knew where to put my safety spokes. I've got an old pair here, and maybe they'll do. Better than nothing. Once I finish this, I'm cooking a Thai green curry. Got a little bit of work to do on the computer. I'm hoping maybe a decent film. If anyone's got any recommendations or a new TV series. It's nice, easy Sunday night. While I was in Sainsbury's, I had that horrible realization that they're starting to put Christmas stuff out. Not keen on that. We've got 10 thumbs up on the stream. That's really nice. I aim for 20, so to get 10 is fantastic. I was aiming for 40 earlier, and we did it. We got 42, which was really nice. So I'm happy with that. So if anyone wants to drop a thumbs up on the stream, that'd be amazing. If you want to be super amazing and hit subscribe on the channel, that'd be just incredible. I'm trying to get to 10,000. My daughter set me this goal of 10,000, and I'm trying to get there. And we're ticking away nicely. Like to get it done before the new year or around that time. That's the target I've set myself. So if you want to help out on that, that'd be absolutely incredible. And if you're stumbling across this, even if you're not a football fan or soccer, you have quite a lot of people on from the States at times, or you are a football fan or a soccer fan, but Ipswich is not your team. I've done quite a few teams, and I'm going to be doing a lot more teams. And I don't just do football carvings; I do all sorts of bits. So yeah, hit the subscribe, and you might think I'm going to have a go at that. You might be inspired to think I fancy having a go at carving myself. Well, there's lots of videos on the channel with lots more to come. Lots and lots more to come. It's a great time to be stumbling across the channel. So I've not posted the Everton crest yet. It's still down here, but it's going in the post. Well, it has to get dropped off either tonight or tomorrow morning. So if we get any Everton fans in, or if we've got any Everton fans in and you want to see the Everton crest I've carved recently, let me know. I've got a few different carvings behind me what I've been working on. So if you want to see any of the others, just drop it in the chat and I'll show you. So I once did one of these football crests, Chesterfield Football Club, which is actually my club, and I did it to raise some money for the Ernie Moss Foundation, which was a great honour really to do it. I really enjoyed that, and I carved it live in one sitting on YouTube. 6.5 hours I was here doing this. I was tired by the end of it, I'm going to be honest. So this one, his home is going to be Bury St Edmunds. That's where this one's going to. I find them quite a challenging thing on YouTube doing football crests, because people will not get involved in what you're doing because it's just not their team, which I always find a bit strange. Oh, Black Lion, thanks, I appreciate that. Just simple like is always appreciated. It's I don't spend a lot of time myself on YouTube at the minute when I'm not streaming, but I keep thinking to myself, I need make sure I need to return the favour every time I see one of your videos. I'll return the favour. One day I'm going to carve that lion. I like that Black Lion logo. One day. So 14, 6 away from the target. So we're getting there with a bit of this material going, moving, which is nice. Okay. Okay. So you can see how I carve on an angle. So it's quite wide in here. So what I'm going to do now is go back around this and try to get it not steep. So I'm going to try. I don't want this angle as steep there. That's kind of like default carving setup that point because I'm so used to carving letters. And then I'll go back around it. So I'm not going to get it at 90 degrees, but I'm going to get it a lot sharper than it is. No one gave me any recommendations of what a decent film for this evening for me and the wife, or a new TV show. It's got to be someone out there who's just watched something recently and thinking, yeah, I recommend that. $15. It's a slow little journey to the 20 this afternoon. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna have a swig of that drink. Just bought some new type of coffee. I'm not sure what I'm very keen on it. Outlast. I'm trying to... What's it about, Ryan? Is it? Wow, look at that. Oh, I like stuff like that. So like Alone. Maybe I'll watch that. Yeah, that sounds a bit of that sounds my type of TV show. There's a new Ed Stafford one coming out on Tuesday. That's another survival thing where he's taking dads out to survive. It's Naked and Afraid's very good, and yeah, Alone is very good. Be back in 2 seconds. if you like that, have you heard of the Outdoor Boys on YouTube? My wife has. I haven't. I started watching the second series of Tulsa King. Maybe I will check. I will have a look at that. I don't watch too much because I like sport as well. It's I get a little bit of time. I like sport. So we're on 16 thumbs up. So I'm going to stay carving. I said I was going to do an hour. So how long have we done so far? 25 minutes. So yeah, just before 6 I'm going to leave. If I can get to 20 thumbs up before then, that'd be incredible. I didn't plan on doing this live, but I was here anyway. So I like to hit the live button so you can. You've been watching me carve this from the beginning, so it's only right that you get to stick around. Look at that. I just found my other safety specs. So I've got, well, I did have, I finished the Conno. I did a little bit more work on that off camera as I took it down and put it flat on my workbench. Sometimes just changing the angle on your workbench or where you're working, especially about the camera being able to like base it like that, you're not hitting the camera. You can see it in a different light. So I just did a slight little bit more work on that. But that's all done now. Washed. Ready to go. This one is, so I've got 3 half-finished projects. I had the Connor done, Ipswich. Then I've got the Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. The one I'm going to try and sell for a bit of money for charity. The night AJ got spanked. No, I've not thrown it away. It's just on the side. I just haven't done any more yet. I can show you where I'm up to. Did you see the stream all the way to the end? I haven't finished it, so I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to finish that one. So I had 3 half-finished projects. So I've got the Connor one done. That's going in the post in the morning. Then there's this one, which needs to get delivered next weekend. So I want to get it done. And then we've got the AJ one. So, but I'll be carving again this coming week. So we'll probably be doing that, finishing that AJ one up. What kind of stone is this? This is a piece of Derbyshire gritstone. A nice piece of Derbyshire gritstone. Some pieces are nicer than others. This is, I'd say, middle. Some of it you get is so nice. It's so tight grained. It's lovely colour. It's just a dream to work with. Actually, the piece of stone what I picked to do for the AJ one, I know it's a piece from the back of the yard, so it's not very nice at all. It's not a very nice piece to work on. But we'll get there. We'll get it finished. I've got a fish carving I'd had at work showing people. Maybe I'll show you that at some point. If you have to let me know in the chat if you want to see it. the fish. Stuck on the 16. We can't get past the 16. Oh, we've made it. We've made it to the 17. We're trying to get to the 20. So it's we stalled on 16. So whoever that was, thank you. That's awesome. No, that's Russian bot. I swear I'm not a Russian bot. What do you know? What some? Because I get to see everybody's different names. Well, everyone does, and I've never really took the time to appreciate people's names since I started the YouTube channel a couple of years ago, and even more so now with the lives. Some of them are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely unbelievable, some of them. Brian's trying to get us up to 20 thumbs up before I finish and go and make a Thai green curry. We finished the Connor carving this morning. Right, that's all done. So we're going to get this one finished, and then we'll finish the AJ, and then we'll start the next one. And then we have a choice. Do we do a commission, or do we rebel again and do something we want to do? I get a lot of people asking me to do the Rangers football badge. I know what happens if I do Rangers though. Then I've got to do Celtic. So what have I got there? How do you keep from splitting the stone? That's just about the right angle on the chisel, really. It's just practice. It's amazing how much you actually have to give a piece of stone to make it break. And I do encourage people when I'm trying to teach them carving part of my day job. I don't do it that often at the minute. More of a winter thing I'll do a bit. I'll give them a piece of stone to practice on at the beginning to show them how to hold the chisels, how to use the hammer, not to be scared. And I kind of want them to break the piece of stone because what it does, it shows them actually how much they can hit the stone with the hammer and how aggressive they need to be. If I gave someone the chisel, they'd be doing it and they'd be holding the chisel wrong, too steep. They'd be hitting it with a hammer and it'd be gliding over the top. I want them to be able to be confident to hold the chisel right and hit it. And if they break the stone on the practice piece, I don't think it's a bad thing at all because it shows them how far they can push the stone before it breaks or what their limits are with that stone. And it gets them used to swinging the hammer properly. Everyone thinks, oh, I've got to be really delicate. No, we don't want it to be too delicate. try and sneak past that camera with the hammer. Ah, not very sneaky. Poor, very poor. So yeah, like Brian says there, if we could sneak up to 20 thumbs up before 6 o'clock, I'm leaving just before. I'm leaving at 5 to 6. That would be amazing. So I'm just leveling the bottom out a little bit here. So we'll put a little bit of texture in there. So what we'll do to try and level it up, same chisel I've been going around with, just holding it at not quite 12 o'clock, I'd say 20 past. 22 minutes past 12 I'm holding that chisel. Just putting that texture in the back of there. And what this does, it also levels out. I've been doing this a lot recently. The carvings have called for this a lot recently. It also levels out the stone. So you use like a point or a pitch chisel normally. I've actually misplaced mine. I've ordered a new one, Southern Stone Limited. It's a provider of my chisels and hammers. Put some in the post. Spoke to Tim yesterday on the phone about some carving kits. 18, 2 away. So yeah, this just levels out the base as well and gives it a bit of texture. And what we can do, I'll show you. Then you can get a bigger chisel and you can just run over the top. And you've got that, you've got a bit of both then. You've taken off all them little loose bits. And you've got a smoother surface, but with that texture in the background. You see? Get the brush in it. And it's quite nice, and you can always think, oh, I'll do a little bit more there, a little bit more there. This will keep having more on it as I go around. So my plan was to try and get this horse roughed out while I was on the line, which is what we're doing. And then we'll start putting a bit of detail around the. I've got to go around the tail. I've got to get the eye in there, a bit more in the mouth. I've got to get the foot more carved out, but we've got that roughly done, and we want to make these all neater all the way around. 20, there we go. Thank you. Whoever hit the 20th, give yourself some acknowledgement. Get your name in the chat. So if you're stumbling across this feed and you think I'm going to have to give it, I'm going to have a go at carving. I think I like the idea of this. This is a bit of me. I could do this. The winter months are coming through. You're in the right place. So the channel, TheStoneRanger, which is me. Peak Park Ranger by day. Stonemason by night. And it's there's 260 videos on the channel, and that's some of me carving live like we're doing now. That's some of me giving you a full tutorial on how to carve with simple tools you'd find around the house to make yourself a house sign, or tools what you go out and buy, and that's expensive tools like these ones. which you can have a discount from. There's discount codes on the channel, on the videos, or cheap chisel sets, what you get from China, delivered to the house for like £13. There's details on us teaching dry stone walling, which is nice. It gets lots of views on there. So yeah, it's a channel if you're wanting to learn some new skills: carving, lettering, dry stone walling, bird baths, water features, how to sharpen your chisels, how to replace hammer shafts, how to... Some people even sent me some challenges to do, which were a bit bizarre at the times. But no, it's there's a lot going on, and we've got a great community of people. We carve every Wednesday night live, especially through the winter months. But at the minute, I'm carving quite a bit more than that. I mean, this is the second time I've carved live today, just because the opportunity's presented itself. I thought I'll take it. Ryan says it's looking awesome. Thank you, Ryan. So that is roughed out. I'm going to draw the detail on, but I want to refer back to the picture before I do that. I also think they're meant to be round, so I'll not spend too much time on them. So we've got town. Let's get the town into it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to change hammers. Got the unicorn. Sharpening my chisel. So this is a 4mm tungsten tip chisel. And we'll get going a little bit on there. Do I do this professionally? No, not anymore. I'm a Peak Park Ranger. I used to do this. I used to be a letterist, but I sold up, and now I'm a Peak Park Ranger. I teach a little bit of this to volunteers. You know, somebody pointed out, because I don't do it professionally anymore, I'm not classed as a professional stonemason. I'm classed as an amateur stonemason now, and I prefer that because it leaves me rooms for mistakes. Where can you learn this stuff? Here. Don't go anywhere else. You found it. You've stumbled to the right place. It's there's loads of videos on this channel. If you hit subscribe, you have a look. 200 odd videos. And if you have any questions about for any advice, drop me an email or drop a comment on one of the videos, and I'll answer it. There's videos on here with discount codes on chisels, what chisels to buy, which ones I use, which ones to avoid. Are the cheap chisels from China really worth a go to start out? And the answer is yes. Give them a go. What stone? How to make a tablet of stone using a mortar mix for starting off. It's actually one of my favourite videos, and I think it's I feel it never really got. Do you know when you make a video and you think, oh, this is a good one, this is going to do well, and then it never really does as well as you think, and then you can make another one and think, oh, I've just rushed this is rubbish, and people love it. It's well, that's similar. I'm just going to look for a different chisel and look for that small half burn nose. I do have a lot of chisels. Some lovely chisels. Don't know if you can hear that. That's the rain on the workshop roof. I'm not sure what it's like where you are, but it's what we'd say wafting it down here. No, I'm having a little bad run at misplacing my chisels at the minute. But I'll be packing them all up soon. I've got a feeling I'm going to get a date this week for moving house and beginning of next week, and I reckon I'm going to be moving house at the first week of November. And my new workshop, you'll all get to see, and it is lovely. It's a double garage workshop, lots of space, good lighting. It's really nice. We're going to have lots going on. We're going to have a central island workbench, and we're going to have a couple of easels as well. We need to try it. We need to get an honest review. Well, let's try them. I'll order some chisels. We'll get an honest review. One thing about when I move house at the beginning of November as well, we're going to have to do some. Well, we've got quite a few stone projects to get involved in. I mean, the channel maybe slightly will evolve as well because there's a lot of stonework to do around the property. Fireplace. There's 40 meters of dry stone wall around, which is all needs repairing. There's an outdoor kitchen area to be built. That's stone. There's all new house signs. There's lots. There's an old quarry across the way. There's a quarry down the road what sells stone sheeted like this. So there's going to be lots going on as the channel evolves. I think it's going to, well, I'm hoping it's going to take the channel to the next level, really. Got to build a lovely pond with some stone in it. Stone water feature going in it. It's I'm excited to show it you all. You're going to get a bigger view of my the world of stone with me than just this easel watch we've had for a few weeks now. Just can't get the angle. Someone always puts the camera in the way. I wonder who that is. Tell you what else we're getting at the new place. So it's got a paddock. It's got a bit of a field of it. It's got an Airbnb as well. We're having goats. Southern Stone sell them. Well, I'll get some from Southern Stone. We'll give it a go. I'll have a look. Yeah, goats, chickens, ducks. The wife told me today she's getting 2 new kittens. Exciting. Do I keep a sharp edge on my chisel? That all depends on the material I'm using. So if I'm using slate, Ryan will know this because he's working on a piece of slate at the minute. It's always sharp. I'm always sharpening it too much. With this, it holds an edge really well. So I do sharpen it, and I sharpen it with a diamond sharpening block. With the lettering chisels, the smaller they are, try and keep them sharper. As they get bigger, not as much, but I'm not using them for lettering. So when I'm using them for lettering, yeah, I do try and keep them fairly sharp. This is quite small letters here. These are even smaller in a minute. I'm hoping to be in my new workshop before we get all that awfully cold weather what always comes at some point. Yeah, that is a fairly small chisel. 2mm is small. That's extremely small. Could we reach 30? We've got 10 minutes, Brad. Can we reach 30? 30 would be amazing. We got 40, 44 earlier. The other night we got 155. Was it last night? The night you had a curry, we got 70. It was 76, and I had to go. Was it last night, I think? You said you'd having a takeaway. It's we've had a good run of decent numbers. So when we were carving this afternoon, even though it was Sunday, it was quite quiet in the chat. Sundays do seem a bit quieter in the chat. In an evening, like a Wednesday evening, Monday evening, people after work seems a little bit more lively. But we had 21,000 people saw the stream this afternoon. It's not the most we've ever had on the live, seeing the stream. The most we've ever had on live, 50 odd. This is stone. This is solid Derbyshire stone. So I've cut it, shaped it, polished it. Now I'm just chiseling it out, and we really are still quite early on. I know we've done quite a bit of work, but we are still quite early on. I mean, it all needs tidying up. It's all, yeah. So I mean, for example, let me grab a chisel. Get this 6mm. So I'm going to go down and widen all these out down here. All these lines need going wider, deeper, all the way around. This lettering all needs tidying up. This horse is nowhere near finished because I want to draw it back in. Yeah, so we're at that stage of where we're just about to move on to the next bit, really. We've roughed nearly everything out, just the lettering next, and then we're going to tidy everything up. So yeah, I'm going to whip round all of these edges, make them nice and steep, make them nice and wide, so we get a good detail, because it all changes. So let me try and show you on the light. We'll get different shadow marks, so when they're getting wide and nice, it'll all start to change. So I'm doing this freehand. I really need to draw it on. But they're going to be nice and wide. They're going to be like out to here maybe, which will be good because it'll just change it all. We don't want just really slim lines. We want to get some depth in there. But no, I'll mark that on, get the ruler out, mark all the lines on where I want to go to. Something to work to is always nice. So yeah, we've got, we're doing okay though. So we're on 27 likes. If we could sneak to 30, I am finishing this live at 5 to when I've done an hour, because I have got to cook. I am cooking. So how long have I got? 6 minutes. I've not finished it yet. I put it to one side. I didn't do it again. So I had a commission that I needed to finish today. It was always on the radar to finish today. And then I finished that one, and I thought, I'm on a roll with these commissions, getting them done. So the boxing glove is not finished yet. I can show you where I'm up to. I didn't do too much more. So this is where I'm up to. This is probably going to be one night this week we do some more on this. So we've got a lot of lettering to tidy up, a lot more material to move. So we'll roll all these edges, tidy it all up. But that's where I'm up to. That was from Chris, wasn't it? Yeah. No, I've not finished it yet. I was showing people the spud man earlier. While you're here, I'll show you. So here's the Connor we worked on earlier. You know, the graffiti style Connor. That's shame the camera's in the wrong place there. So the Connor's nearly done. Well, the Connor is done actually. But this is one you might not have seen. Have you ever seen this one which I carved? This is a guy who sells potatoes online called the Spud Man. This is a solid piece. I quite enjoyed doing this. It was something different at the time, doing the beard and what have you. It was enjoyable. I did reach out to him, see if I could send it to him really, but I never got a reply. Well, thanks. It's the channel would be nothing without you guys watching, but I do appreciate you saying that. We got off to a rocky start with the live this morning. Got called boring a couple of times. It's never the most positive start to the day. So if I was doing this piece start to finish, Phil, that is from Phil, isn't it? Yeah. Start to finish, say I was cutting the piece of stone, shaping it out, polishing it, marking the stencil on. It's a day's work. It's obviously a lot slower when you're on YouTube because you're stopping, you're talking to the camera, you're reading the comments, all them little bits. And the biggest thing, what slows you up when you're on YouTube, is having the camera here because it's slightly in your way where you'd move and you'd rotate. And instead of thinking about carving, you can also be thinking about questions, answering questions. So it's amazing actually how much it slows you up than just having your music on and carving. But no, this is a day's project, really. Did you see? Have you seen the Everton one, Phil? So the Everton one is a good example of a day's football crest. It's that's a lovely comment. Got 30 thumbs up. Brian will be happy. Is that Timothy who put that there? I'm struggling to see that down there. No, thank you. I really do appreciate that. So yeah, the Everton one is behind me. So if you wanted to see which one is a good example of a full day's work, Phil, I can show you that quickly before I leave. So all the people who are stumbling across the channel now and saying it's nice to see this come to life and all these bits, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's yeah, it's always nice to have new people. So while we've got a couple of new people on here, I'm going to show you a couple of these carvings. So I'm about to finish in 2 minutes, so let me give myself a bit of space. So the last bit of the channel tonight will be showing a few bits I've been working on. So this one's to show Phil. So this is the Everton carving. So that's a day's work, cutting, shaping, marking it on and carving it out. Yeah, you see that? Again, solid Derbyshire stone. Could be slimmer, but I've left this chunky because you don't know if they're going to build it into a wall or not. And I like the fact that we shaped the stone for this. Oh, the different Ipswich, new Ipswich. You've seen the Connor, another one to show you here. So this is Team GB we worked on. This is for the Paralympics, Team GB. This one's Team GB. Both Lions, Team GB logos. You can see them. There's a bigger one just here, which is one. I'm going to hang up myself in a new place. Thundercats. If you can try and get the right angle. Yeah, it's a bit wide for the screen, so that's Thundercats. One of my favourite TV shows as a kid. What else have we got to show you before I go? Ghostbusters. We all know Ghostbusters. We've got the Connor. We've seen the Spudman. And then I've got a house down here what needs to get sent down south, actually. It's got Tangly. Bit of letter in there. And then we've obviously got the AJ one, what I've been working on. So that's me done. So that's me done for the evening. Take these specs off. These are my old safety specs. Look, can you tell why they're old? They're missing a side. But you've got to have them on. You don't want it in your eyes. So yeah, still loads to do. It's very early stages. Not looking its best, but we'll get there. New Hampshire is known as the Granite State in the US. Not too much work with granite. I have done in the past, but no, I don't do too much work with granite. I once was carving a piece of granite and my chisel was faulty, and it pushed the tungsten through the chisel and broke it. I've not done too much with granite, little bits, not too much. Well, thank you everyone for watching. It's been great. We managed to hit the 31 thumbs up. We've had a decent amount of people watching, a few people interacting. If you want to do me a massive favour, hit the subscribe button. Join the channel. Hopefully we'll see you in the next live. We do go live every Wednesday. At the minute I seem to be going live nearly every day, but we'll just I've just got bits to do. So every Wednesday is a normal day. So hit subscribe and I'll see you on Wednesday, if not before. Thanks for